People always ask me, what's the most important part of fish keeping? Like, what do I need to know to get started? And the number one answer, the only thing you really need to know ever to get started, is the nitrogen cycle. I used to work at a chain pet store, and people would always come in and I'd look at their water and I'd say, "Are you cycled?" And they'd look at me and they'd say, what are you trying to say to me? What does that mean? I don't understand your science." There's a lot of terms that a lot of people don't understand. It makes them overwhelmed. There's nitrogen, bacteria, cycled, nitrogenous bacteria, all those crazy things, and it just makes you absolutely bamboozled, and it makes a lot of people not want to get into the fish hobby, which makes me incredibly sad. Because it's actually really, really simple. The number one thing you need to do is test your water. You can either buy a kit yourself, or you can go to a chain pet store or a local pet store and they'll test your water there for free. They will tell you what everything is and what your levels are. You will not understand a thing. I'm here to help explain to beginners what you don't understand in simple layman's terms. So they're going to say your pH, and they're going to say either you're alkaline or you're acidic. Don't even worry about pH unless they say it's extremely high or it's extremely low. There's nothing to worry about. There's a spectrum. Don't worry about it. The thing you're really, really worried about is ammonia, nitrite, and nitrate. Don't get the two confused. Nitrite is with an I, nitrate is with an A. It gets everybody confused. Thanks, science. So basically, super simple, it's a cycle. It's a circle. Happens in nature, it happens in your tank. Your fish will poop and they'll produce ammonia just like we do, but we flush it away in the toilet. But they live in it. So basically, they poop out this ammonia and all this ammonia is happening. They will live in straight ammonia unless you have a proper filter, because what happens when you have proper filtration is you have bacteria that lives in that filter. They eat up the ammonia and they basically poop out less harmful chemicals. So they convert that chemical into something less harmful to the fish. So your bacteria will eat up the ammonia and basically they poop out nitrite. And then further bacteria will eat up the nitrite and poop out nitrate. Nitrate is the last and least harmful chemical in the cycle. Nitrate can be absorbed by plants. In a huge planted tank like mine, it will eat up a lot of the nitrates, but there still will be trace nitrates, so you always need to make sure to keep up with your water changes, because that's the only way to get rid of them. At least 25-50% every week, every 2 weeks, you're good to go. That's all you need to do. And that is literally the whole cycle. It's a little bit confusing when you have no idea what it means. So it goes in a circle. Ammonia, nitrite, nitrate. It does take about a month and a half for this bacteria to start doing its thing. It'll take a while to build up that bacteria, which is totally normal, totally natural. In this time, please keep in mind, do not mess around with your filter. When I worked in a chain pet store, the number one problem, people would walk in and they'd say, "My fish are all dead." And I'd say, "Well, what did you do?" And they say, "Well, they weren't looking very well, so I took the filter, I cleaned it, I scrubbed it," and I say, "Stop right there, because that's your problem. The dirtier the filter is, the healthier the fish, the more bacteria there is to convert your ammonia and keep your cycle going." Of course, you don't want a filter filled with crap. You don't want poop in there to block the propeller or anything like that. Rinse out your sponges monthly and you should be good to go. So when you test your water yourself or you go to a pet store, the levels you're looking for is 0 ammonia, 0 nitrite, and a little bit of nitrate. That's how you know you're cycled. 0, 0, and a little bit. Cycle's going through, you know what's happening. So that is the very basic nitrogen cycle. And people will start bombarding you with all these crazy facts. You won't even know what it means, but it's so simple. It's a cycle. You got bacteria. They do their thing. Your fish are happy. Don't mess around with your filter. And you're good to go. And that was Ressy from Ressy's Fishies. Hope you guys have a great time with all your fish. Keep your fish healthy. I guess that'll work